What's up, everybody? Jared Scalato here with another episode of Thriveology 101, and today I want to talk to you about weight training and fat loss. A question that I get a lot is, why should I weight train if I want to lose weight or if I want to lose fat? If you remember from our last conversation why that's important to know. Nonetheless, that's a question that I get a lot, and I wanted to clarify that a little bit today. So most people associate cardio with weight loss. And if you know from the last conversation that we had last week, you know that what you really want to shoot for, especially if you're going for a specific look, is fat loss. Now, of course, getting on a treadmill, getting on elliptical, getting on a bike or whatever it is, and pedaling along or walking along for 30 minutes or 60 minutes is a way to lose weight. It is a way to lose fat. However, you're more likely going to be losing fat and losing muscle. And you might not be being as efficient as you really could be if you were doing something different, which is when we enter resistance training. So resistance training is generally related to bodybuilding, powerlifting, strength building, and stuff like that, which of course, again, is the only way you can bodybuild, powerlift, and build strength is through resistance training. However, that's not the only thing that resistance training can be used for. Those aren't the only things that resistance training can be used for. Resistance training is actually very effective, not more effective than steady state cardio is, which we'll see in a second why. So whenever you work out, whenever you exercise, your body goes through this process afterwards called EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Essentially, this is when your body is trying to get itself back into homeostasis, okay? After you exercise, the longer that it takes for you to get back to homeostasis, or the higher your EPOC, the more calories you burn during that time. So the harder your body has to work to get back to homeostasis, the more calories you're going to burn. And the higher the EPOC from the exercise, after your workout, the more calories you're going to burn. So the best types of exercise, the best types of workouts to do to get the highest EPOC after your workout are HIIT training, high intensity interval training, and metabolic resistance training, or MRT. So MRT is just a fancy way of saying HIIT training combined with resistance training. So for instance, if you picked 3 exercises, say squats, deadlifts, and push-ups. We'll use external resistance, so we won't use push-ups. So we'll say squats, deadlifts, and kettlebell rows. We'll pick those 3, and you did intervals with all 3 of them. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. That would be a form of metabolic resistance training. So that is a great way to increase your EPOC, or increase the amount of calories that you're burning after the exercise that you're doing. Normal resistance training does this effectively as well, even if you're not doing it in a high intensity level. However, whenever you do it in a high intensity level, that's when you're really going to get that EPOC effect, or that post-oxygen effect, where you're burning lots of calories afterwards. The good news is you're also typically burning lots of calories during the workout as well. So not only are you getting a lot of calorie burn during the workout, you're getting a lot of calorie burn after the workout, which is definitely important. When it comes to running, walking, and things like that, again, they're fun, they're good. If you enjoy doing them, please continue to do them. However, the EPOC for walking and running is much shorter window than whenever you're doing some sort of metabolic resistance training or HIIT training. So the other positive effect that you get from resistance training when it comes to fat loss in particular is increasing your metabolic rate, your resting metabolic rate. So I've talked about RMR before. So basically your resting metabolic rate is the amount of calories that you burn at rest. So if you did nothing all day, the amount of calories that you burn during that time would be your resting metabolic rate. The more muscle that you have on your body, the higher your resting metabolic rate, meaning the more calories you're going to burn naturally, just laying around doing nothing. Not that I'm telling you to do that, but nonetheless, when you're not active, the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to be burning during that time. When you resistance train, you put on muscle. When you put on muscle, you burn more calories at rest. Now, you have to overlook, like we talked about last week, that scale effect, when you look down at the scale and the scale is not moving, you have to overlook that when you're going for fat loss. You have to look at measurements, you have to look at pictures, just like we talked about last week. So keep your eye on the prize, make sure you know what you're looking for, and if your goal is fat loss, know what your goal is, know what look you're going for, and make sure you are incorporating some sort of metabolic resistance training into your program. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, do all of those great things. And until next time, my friends, here's to your success in fitness mastery.